Okay, so hello everyone, and welcome to my first episode of No Cods, Just Thoughts. And I guess today is gonna be your first day, so I thought we'll do it in a very special place, which is the beach, of course. The lighting might change time to time because the sun comes and goes, but I think that's the point that there is no cuts and just thoughts. So I do have a really long list on things I want to talk about on this podcast, but I just thought today I'm just gonna talk about anything. And as I'm being on the beach and I'm leaving today, it feels like letting go is a really important topic to me. I literally have the hardest time letting go, and I don't know why. I always find it so hard to let go of things. I always find so much in the small things. So whenever I don't know, I talk to someone for just a couple of minutes and they make my day and we connect so well, like that moment means a lot to me. And while the other person already forgot that I even exist or that we even talked, it's still it's still in my head. And I honestly love to live like that. Like I like to live to my fullest and love to my fullest. Because if you're not living to your fullest, then what's the point of living, you know? I love to live. Like if I die tomorrow, I wanna know that I did everything in my power to make my life as fulfilling, as exciting as possible. I have made a lot of mistakes and it's really easy to fall into just thinking about those mistakes and being scared of everything again. Because if you don't know, I had a really bad injury last year. I broke my leg skiing, and honestly, that was so frustrating. Like, it took over my entire life and literally my entire year. So, for a really long time, I was just so stuck in that moment. And I couldn't let go of the trauma or how scared I was of doing anything. Just jumping was so hard. And letting go of that pain was the best decision of my life. But it was not easy. Letting go is nowhere close easy. It's probably one of the hardest things you ever do. With that, and no one really talks about how hard it is to let go of something that once meant so much. Sorry about the wind, it's probably quite strong. I think one of the best examples I have is a little situationship I had a year ago. I swear to God, letting go of that person was so hard because I have not dated anyone in 5 years. And that wasn't even dating. That's the worst part. That was literally just a situationship, 3-month thing. Really nothing happened. It was not as exciting, but I couldn't let it go because I didn't have that type of love in a really long time. And in a way, it's like, why was I holding on to that? Because once you hold into these things, you cannot keep going. Like if you don't close that door, the other one will not open. And I think you have to understand that. You have to let go of the things that were never meant to be in your life in the first place. And I think also part of letting go is kind of understanding, okay, this thing happened. And then you take the lesson from what happened and then you let go and then you let go. And I think I had an amazing trip here and I could choose to have this bittersweet feeling of, oh, I don't want to go and I feel so sad and damn, this is all over. Or I can just let it go and you know what? This was such an amazing trip. I love to spend time with my family because this was in the end more of a family trip and I haven't seen my family in 2 years because we're all moved countries and being all together like this is so rare and I'm just so happy that we were able to do this. I don't know, I feel like a child again sometimes when I'm playing around with my cousins and stuff, so it makes me incredibly happy to be here. But I also have to let go of the fact that we won't be together forever. But I think that's kind of the beauty of life, that not everything stays forever and that makes you cherish it more. Because when if you know it's gonna be there forever, then you're never gonna feel like you need to make the most out of that moment or that person or whatever it is, you know? So again, back to letting go, I literally cannot let go of so many things. But I have learned to just take a moment to think about everything you've learned, everything you like about what just happened, everything, and then just take a deep breath and understand that if it's meant to stay, it will. You know, and for a person, if he's gone or whoever is gone, if he wanted or she wanted, he would be there. Everyone has a choice, but you also have a choice on how to react. So you can't control what people say, think, or do. And anytime you try to, you lose your power. So that's a quote from the Let Them theory, which honestly, let them, it's a very big part of like letting go. This is just let them do whatever. You know what? Just live. Just live. You know what? Let them judge you. Let them, I don't know, talk about you. You know, it's just so easy to fall into what other people think that you forget that, wait, I also have a saying in what I say or what I think about myself. So you can't control what other people do. If they want to go, let them go, for God's sake. Holding on into someone that doesn't want to be there is probably one of the dumbest things you can do because they don't want to fucking be there. And you can feel it. You can feel how they don't want to be there. And you're just kind of like pushing it because you want them there. So just let them go again. I don't know why I had this feeling of talking about letting go today because I feel like I finally let go of so many things. And like living in the present is way harder than it looks. Way harder than it looks because I literally live in the past. I swear I just think about the past way too much, and that's also something I need to let go of. Which I honestly I had let go a little bit better, but where I'm going with this is after I broke my leg, I honestly had the worst. No, actually, it wasn't so bad. I had a pretty bad, slowdown or setback, and I just literally felt so bad because I could not see myself as big as I used to be. Like 2024, I literally did everything that I said I was gonna do. I genuinely went to Fashion Week, did this, and then I broke my leg, and then I'm like, fuck, I'm literally nothing now because if I can't walk, then like, what can I do? If I'm literally a model and I do walks, it's like you took the everything from me, and then that's not even the worst part. I swear, I lost so many followers from this, and I had to let them go. Because if they unfollow you because you got injured, do you think those were good followers? No. Those were not good people that didn't want to be there to support you. So I'd rather have 20,000 less followers that care about me than have a couple, like a couple that just leave. They might be even haters. I don't know. You know what? If they want to go, let them go again, And also, oh my gosh, I was going to say something I completely forgot. Anyway, also, a very big moment in my life was just realizing, okay, this is what I want to say. A really big moment of my life was realizing who do you want to be without your successes in like your outside life. Like, I think that's something you really should think about because I personally always saw myself as like, yeah, I'm like a fashion influencer, I'm a model, and I'm also like somewhat a fashion designer because I have my own brand and I have attended so many shows and so many events and I do this in Toronto and whatever. But who is actually Bridget aside from all of those things from the outside? Like, if you meet me and you don't know anything about that about me, I want you to think good of me. I don't want you to think I'm just like looks or I'm just, what I have achieved. But something you really should think about is like, who do you want to be if social media and all of these things didn't exist? If I just meet you in person, do you want to be remembered as someone who was kind or someone that was entitled? As someone that had a lot of empathy or someone that was just mean or selfish? I think I want to be remembered as someone that cares about other people. That's, it's there and just I want to be the person that make your day happier, better, brighter, and just want to be there to help you out whenever you need. Like, I don't know who I want to be yet, but I do know that I'm working on that a lot now. And I realized like maybe my growth is a bit slow on social media and stuff, but my growth, personal growth, oh my gosh, is so big. Like, I would not be able to talk about all of this before. Like, I have just I don't know, I've gathered this wisdom from all the painful things I've went through. And honestly, I'm so grateful for that. I think bad experiences happen to people, but aside, like, you can see them as bad experiences, but I think for me, it's like they're the biggest lessons you're ever gonna have. So I think we're gonna end this little podcast here because my camera is really warming up. All I want to say is I'll see you in the next episode. Hopefully any of this make any sense because there is no cuts and I just talked and talked and talked. And I'm so glad about how easy I find it to talk because I have so much to say and I'm so happy I get to say it finally. So see you guys in the next video and hopefully you liked on No Cuts and Just Thoughts by Bridget. Okay, bye. Oh my gosh, we're literally cutting all the way over here. Okay, bye for real.